Hello students, welcome to BioSmart Academy. In today's lecture, we were going to discuss or we will continue our lecture series on amino acids. Okay, clear? We already discussed 3 lectures on amino acids. Okay, and in the first 3 lectures, we mainly discuss deals with first in the first lecture we basically discuss basics of amino acid. In the second lecture, we discuss about the classification of amino acid in details, and in the third lecture we discuss about the non-polar amino acid in briefly with structures and single letter words. Okay, so mainly we discuss all these 3 things in our 3 lecture series on amino acid. I hope that you watch all that lectures. If you not watch, then please go and watch these 3 lectures first, then came here to watch this lecture. Okay, now this will be the 4th lecture on amino acid, and in this lecture we will mainly discuss about the polar amino acid. Okay, about the polar amino acid. Okay, so let's start today's lecture. Okay, that is the polar amino acid. Okay, so if you go through the classification system of the amino acid, then you will find out there will be 2 types of polar amino acid. One is uncharged polar amino acid and one is charged polar amino acid. Okay, uncharged, for example, serine, and charged, for example, arginine. Okay, so these are basically, I just provide these 2 example. Okay, so basically in today's lecture we discuss briefly both uncharged as well as charged polar amino acid with structures and single letter word. Okay, I provide you the idea through which you basically can learn easily the single letter word. Okay, I already provided the idea how to learn the single letter word for non-polar amino acid. Clear? So let's start today's lecture, that is polar amino acid. Okay, so first we will mainly deals with the charged amino acid. Okay, sorry, uncharged amino acid. Okay, polar amino acid. Clear? So first we will mainly discuss the uncharged. Okay, first we will mainly discuss about the uncharged polar amino acid. Okay, uncharged. Clear? So first look at the names of uncharged polar amino acid. Okay, so serine, okay, threonine, serine, threonine, cysteine, asparagine, glutamine, and tyrosine. Okay, so these 6 amino acids, serine, threonine, cysteine, asparagine, glutamine, and tyrosine, these 6 amino acids are uncharged polar amino acid. Okay, uncharged polar amino acid. Okay, so we will discuss all these uncharged polar amino acid one by one. Okay, clear? So let's start with serine. Okay, so the single letter word for serine is S. Okay, first serine. Okay, so the single letter word for serine is what? S. Okay, S is for serine, and single letter word is also S. So here you not need to remember the single letter word. Okay, serine is for S. Clear? Now just look at the structure of serine. C alpha, CO minus, these 3 are same in all the structure as I already mentioned in non-polar amino acid. Okay, so these 3 are same. Now CH2OH, this is a side chain of the serine. CH2OH R. Clear? So it is the simplest structure. Okay, it is the simplest, it have the simplest side chain. So this is one character of serine, that it has the simplest side chain. Clear? Another important character of serine is that it basically phosphorylated. Okay, you heard this, that phosphatidylserine. Phosphatidylserine. Okay, so basically serine is majorly phosphorylated and is become phosphoserine. Okay, threonine is also phosphorylated, so it become phosphothreonine. Okay, third point is that just look at the OH group. Clear? Through the OH group it can forms hydrogen bond. It can forms hydrogen bond. Clear? That's why it is basically polar in nature. Okay, due to this presence of the OH group. Okay, similar OH group is also present in case of threonine structure. Okay, if you look at the structure of threonine, then you will find out. Okay, let's look at the structure of threonine. So this is a structure of threonine. So this is threonine. Okay, threonine single letter word is T for threonine, and T is the single letter word for threonine. Clear? T is the single letter word for threonine. Okay, so serine and threonine both have the same single letter word, like as per the name. Okay, so just look at the structure of threonine. This is C alpha, this is acid group, this is amino group, and this is hydrogen. Its side chain is also the simplest one. Okay, that is H, that is CH OH CS3. So here you can find out that the side chain of threonine is also the simple one, simplest side chain. Okay, simplest side chain. Clear? So the side chain of threonine is also the simplest one, and due to this presence of OH group, it can form hydrogen bond. Clear? And due to this, it is basically also polar in nature. Okay, so basically here what you learn, here you learn one thing is that if you get a question in examination that name two amino acid which is basically contain the hydroxyl group, or you can say hydroxyl amino acid. Okay, so basically the example of hydroxyl amino acid, okay, the example of hydroxyl amino acid are serine and threonine. Okay, so these are only the two amino acids, serine and threonine, which contain OH group, okay, and their side chain are also very simple. Okay, clear? So this is all about serine and threonine. Okay, now so this is two uncharged nonpolar molecule. Now let's look at the structure of cysteine. Okay, cysteine. Clear? So if you look at the structure of cysteine, then simplest structure, nothing to worry about the structure, just draw with me, then you will get the idea. These three are common, and here just you have to put CS2 and SH. Clear? So basically if you look at the structure of cysteine, okay, then you will find out that here is an sulfur group is present. Okay, here is an sulfur group is present. So I also told you another amino acid where basically sulfur group is present, and the name of that amino acid is basically what? Methionine. Okay, so like that of methionine, in cysteine also sulfur group is present. Okay, and here is an hydrogen group, so it is basically a sulfhydral group is present. Clear? On its side chain, this is a total side chain. Clear? Note another point about cysteine is that cysteine form disulfide bridge. This is an important point. Okay, cysteine forms disulfide bridge. Clear? So these are the two important points regarding the cysteine. Okay, and another important point about the cysteine is it is the most reactive side chain found among all 20 amino acid. Okay, most reactive side chain among all 20 amino acids. So the most reactive side chain among all 20 amino acids is of cysteine. Okay, is of cysteine. Clear? And what is the single letter word for cysteine? The single letter word for cysteine is C. C for cysteine, C is the single letter word. So here you not need to learn the single letter word also for cysteine. C is for cysteine and C is a single letter word. Clear? So this is all about cysteine. Okay, I hope that you get the clear idea about the cysteine. Okay, now let's look another structure, that is asparagine. Okay, so another important thing that I forgot to mention. So like that of two hydroxyl amino acid, that is serine and threonine, so there is two sulfur containing amino acid are two sulfur containing amino acids are what? Cysteine, that is C, and methionine. Okay, and methionine, that is M. So cysteine and methionine are the two sulfur containing amino acid. Okay, clear? Another important thing is that among these two sulfur containing amino acid, cysteine is the only amino acid which basically form disulfide bridge, okay. So I want to give you a question: why cysteine only form disulfide bridge, why methionine not form disulfide bridge? If you know, then comment me the answer on the comment box. Clear? Next, so the next amino acid is amide containing amino acid. Okay, so the next two amino acid that we will going to study is amide containing amino acid. Okay, amide containing amino acids. Okay, so amide containing amino acids. So what are the two amino acids that is amide containing? First one is asparagine. Okay, and the second one is what? Glutamine. Glutamine. Here the single letter word for asparagine and glutamine is somewhat different. Okay, you have to remember. So the single letter word for asparagine, so it is N. Asparagine, that is N. Okay, and the single letter word for glutamine is Q. So you have to remember these two. The single letter word for asparagine is N and the single letter word for glutamine is Q. Okay, and the three letter code for glutamine is GLN and the three letter code for asparagine is ASN. Okay, so you have to remember these two. Okay, because these two single letter word is somewhat different as compared to other. Clear? So asparagine is N and glutamine is Q. So first look at the structure of asparagine. Okay, so first we will look at the structure of asparagine, ASN, that is N is a single letter word. Clear? So the structure is not so difficult, simplest structure. Just look at this structure. Okay, that is C alpha, CO minus, okay, NS3 plus and hydrogen, and here CS2, just C double bond O keto as here NS2. Okay, so why it is known as asparagine? Because of this side chain, as in this side chain asparagine group is present, amide group is present, and because of this amide group, okay, these are the amide containing amino acid. Okay, okay, so this is the simplest structure of the asparagine. Okay, clear? Now look at the structure of glutamine. Okay, glutamine is also a amide containing amino acid, GLN, three letter word, and its single letter word is Q. Clear? This is glutamine. Okay, just look at the structure. It also contain NH2 group. You will find out in its side chain. Okay, these three are common, simple, and if you look at the side chain, just extra CS2 is present. This CS2 is present, and all the structure is same, like that of asparagine. Okay, in glutamine, just this extra CS2 is present, which is not present in case of asparagine. Okay, and apart from this extra CS2, all these structures are is same that of asparagine. Okay, here is also amide group is present. That's why this asparagine and glutamine are amide containing amino acid. Okay, very simple structure. You have to remember just extra CS2 group is present in case of glutamine. Clear? Now, so what are their role? They are mainly play important role. Important role in N-linked glycosylation. Remember this. And linked glycosylation, they play an important role in and linked glycosylation. Okay, where unlinked glycosylation you will find out when the processing of protein takes place. Okay, in basically endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and O-linked glycosylation is basically find out where. If you know, then comment me on the comment box. So these are the two amide containing amino acid. Okay, now the last polar uncharged amino acid is tyrosine. Last polar uncharged amino acid is tyrosine. What is the single letter word for tyrosine? The single letter word for tyrosine is Y. Okay, just remember this Y and this is the Y. Clear? Tyrosine is TYR. So just remember this Y. So this is the single letter word Y. Clear? Now just look at the structure of tyrosine. Why it is polar? Although it is aromatic amino acid, although it is aromatic amino acid, but it is polar in nature. Why it is polar? Just look at the structure, then you will find out. Okay, these three are common. Okay, just CS2 and this benzene ring. Clear? So what is this structure known as? This structure is known as phenylalanine, which is also an aromatic amino acid. This structure is known as phenylalanine, which is also an aromatic amino acid but non-polar due to this structure. But when in para position OH group is attached, then it become polar, and then this structure is known as tyrosine. That is why. Then this structure is known as tyrosine. Okay, so there is a little difference between tyrosine and phenylalanine. In phenylalanine, only up to this benzene ring is present. Okay, and because of this, phenylalanine is non-polar aromatic amino acid. But when this hydroxyl group is attached at the para position of this benzene ring, then it become polar aromatic amino acid, which is known as tyrosine. Clear? So this is a simple difference between phenylalanine and tyrosine. I hope you will easily remember this difference now. Clear? So this is about the tyrosine. Okay, now so because the hydroxyl group is present in tyrosine, due to that it can undergo various type of modification. Okay, so that is the main function of tyrosine. Clear? So that's all about the polar uncharged amino acid. Okay, that's all about the polar uncharged amino acid. Now we will going to start the polar charged amino acid structures. Okay, so first look at the name of the polar charged amino acid structures, then we will start one by one. First is lysine. Okay, second is arginine. Okay, what is the single letter word for lysine? K. What is the single letter word for arginine? R. Lysine is for K. L, K. Just remember like this, lysine. Okay, and leucine is a non-polar, which single letter word is L. That single letter word for leucine is L, but the single letter word for lysine is K, which is polar. Okay, and arginine, that is R. Okay, ARG, this is three letter, this R, that is arginine. Okay, and the another important thing, this lysine and arginine, oh sorry, another one is histidine. Okay, histidine. Okay, so this lysine, arginine and histidine are basically known as basic amino acid. Clear? Its single letter word is H. Okay, so lysine, arginine and histidine are basic amino acid among polar charged amino acid, and aspartic acid, that is ASP, single letter word is D. Glutamic acid, GLU, single letter word is E. Okay, these are what? These are acidic amino acid. Okay, clear? So in polar charged amino acid, there are two types of amino acid present. One is basic amino acid, one is acidic amino acid. Basic amino acid is lysine, arginine, histidine, and acidic is aspartate and glutamic acid. Okay, clear? So first look at the structure of lysine. Okay, so we will look the structures one by one. Okay, first look at the structure of lysine. If you look at the structure of lysine, lysine is single letter word is what? K. Just remember this, is single letter word is K. L K. Okay, clear? Now just look at the structure. So this is C alpha, this is C alpha, this is CO minus, this is NH3 plus, and this is the hydrogen. Okay, this is a hydrogen. Clear? Now just look at the structure. CS2, CS2, CH2, CH2 and NH3 with positive charge. And because of this positive charge, lysine is known as charged polar amino acid. Okay, and this is a total side chain of lysine. Clear? So you will find out there that this is the alpha amino acid, this is the beta, this is gamma, this is delta, and this is epsilon. Okay, clear? And with this epsilon amino acid, this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon, this is gamma carbon, this is delta carbon, and this is epsilon carbon. As the NH3 group is attached with this epsilon carbon, that's why it is known as what? That's why it is known as epsilon amino group. So why this NH3 is known as epsilon amino group? This NH3 is known as epsilon amino group because this NH3 is just attached with this CH2 group, which is basically a epsilon carbon. That's why it is known as epsilon amino group. Clear? I hope that you clear till now. Okay, so what is the main function of lysine? Basically lysine undergo modification, that is acetylation and methylation. Okay, and methylation. Clear? Note it down. Now next we will look at the structure of arginine. Okay, we will look at the structure of arginine. Just look at the structure of arginine, very much similar to that of lysine. Just look at the structure. Okay, so we now look at the structure of arginine. It is also a basic amino acid and its symbol is R. This R. Okay, R. Clear? Arginine. Now if you look at the structure of arginine, just look. This is C alpha, this is CO minus, this is NH3 plus. Okay, now just look at the structure. This CS2, this CS2, this CS2. Okay, now this NH, this C, and this NH2. Okay, and here NH2 plus is present. So this is the structure of arginine. Okay, here in arginine, up to this CS2 similar to lysine. Okay, after that one NH group is present. After that one carbon is present, and with this carbon this NH2 group is attached. Okay, and it contains a positive charge. Due to this, it is a charged amino acid, and at last NH2 group is also present. This is NH2 group. Okay, at last NH2 group is also present. So this is the structure of arginine. Very simple structure. And remember one point about the arginine, that arginine is the most basic amino acid. Why arginine is the most basic amino acid? It's because its pKr value is basically 12. Its pKr value is 12. The pKr value for arginine is 12. Okay, it is the most basic amino acid. Okay, basically specifically 12.48. Okay, the pKr value of arginine is 12.48. Clear? So this is the structure of arginine. Now another basic amino acid is there is histidine. Just look at the structure of histidine. Okay, so what is the structure of histidine? See, it is little bit difficult as compared to arginine and lysine structure. Okay, and here is hydrogen. Now just look at the structure of histidine. Here CH2, this is carbon, with this NH group is attached, with this CH group is attached. Here is double bond, that is NH, and here is charge is present, and this is CH, and this is double bond. So this is a structure of histidine. You have to remember this structure. You have to practice this structure more and more so that you can remember. Okay, clear? So this is a structure of histidine. Okay, and what this side chain is known as in case of histidine? Sometime you may be asked, you may be get the question in the examination that the side chain of histidine is known as what? The side chain of histidine is known as imidazole ring. Note it down. It is known as imidazole ring. Note it down. The side chain of histidine is known as imidazole ring. Okay, another important point about the histidine is that histidine is the only amino acid which basically act as buffer. Clear? So these are the two important points regarding the histidine. Okay, its side chain is known as imidazole ring. Remember this. Now, the final two amino acid, that is polar and charged, are the two acidic amino acid. One is aspartic acid, ASP, aspartic acid. Just write down the full name, aspartic acid, and its single letter word is D. Remember, aspartic acid is D, glutamic acid is E. Simple, D. Aspartic acid is D, glutamic acid is E. Okay, A is came first, then G is came. That's why D, and glutamic acid is E, because G came later than A. Just remember this trick. Okay. Now, if you look at the structure of aspartic acid, C alpha, CO minus, NS3 plus, this is the hydrogen. Up to this same, very simple structure, CH2, C double bond O minus. Okay, this is the structure of aspartic acid. Very simple structure, and this is the simplest side chain, aspartic acid. Very simple structure and very simplest side chain is basically present in aspartic acid. Okay, clear? So this is a structure of the aspartic acid. Okay, now let's look about the structure of the glutamic acid. Okay, the structure of glutamic acid is also simplest one, glutamic acid. The side chain of glutamic acid is single letter word is E. Clear? The single letter word for glutamic acid is E. Okay, just look at the structure. Very simple structure, nothing to worry about the structure of these two. Very simple structure. Okay, very simple. Just extra CH2 is present in case of glutamic acid. Just extra CH2 is present in case of glutamic acid. This is the structure of the glutamic acid. Okay, simple. So students, so I hope that you like this lecture, and I also hope that you learn many things from these 4 lectures on amino acid. Okay, so please go and watch all the lectures of amino acid till now, that these 4 lectures. You will learn many things. Okay, so in our next lecture we will discuss about the non-standard, or you can say uncommon amino acid. Okay, so in our next lecture we basically discuss about the non-standard or uncommon amino acid. Okay, what are these non-standard or uncommon amino acid? Okay, till now we mainly discuss with the standard or common amino acid. Okay, or common amino acid. Okay, so this 20 amino acid that we discussed till now are majorly participate in protein formation. Clear? So I hope that you liked all this lecture. Please go and watch all these lectures. This is the part 4 of this lecture. Okay, please go and watch all the lectures. If you like all the lectures, then please share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, BioSmart Academy. So we'll meet on our next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. Thank you.